I didn't record it, but it's clearly on YouTube all over the place. I don't know if I could play it. But anyway, Tory comes in. You know the first thing Tory says? Yo, I was bewildered, bro. I was bewildered. Tory Lanez says out his mouth with a straight face and all these dudes is real niggas supposedly in that room. All these niggas is like street niggas, real niggas. Yo, we've been rapping about real shit since real shit got invented. Tory says, Akademiks, you know how many niggas your platform has killed? Straight. That first, I'm like, what? Not a motherfucker bats an eye. Nobody says, yo, Tory, what are you talking about? Matter of fact, Tory, why are you talking? Nobody says that. I'm like, okay. But also, I'm going to be honest with you. Because some of y'all might be like, yo, Ak, you know, I was even talking to people yesterday. They say, Ak, bro, like, you know where, like, you're loved and tolerated. Like, your audience loves you. Like, why would you even put yourself in that position? And I'm like, truth be told, like, honestly, people be having a fucked up idea of me. And I'm like, yo, at times I do try to put myself, you know, like in the lines then to show people that despite everything, I'm going to stand to my word. I'm going to also, despite who's in the room, I'm going to stand on my principles and morals. We're going to get to that. And also, like, maybe if someone has an open mind, they could be like, maybe he's not as bad as we think he is. Now, that's the only reason I go in. Some people have an open mind and some people have a closed mind. That's where Meek Mill comes in. Meek Mill, there's nothing that Meek Mill would accept except a suicide on the app. Seriously. So we'll talk about that in a little while. But so let me just, I'm trying to do this sequentially. So the Chicago talks, you know, some of it was deep. You know, I think 21. But by the way, salute to 21. Just because I think he is very able to understand he's able to understand both sides. Some of these guys were arguing with me and like they were expecting me to move and operate like a street nigga, which I'm just not, and I never proclaimed to be. So why are you friends with a snitch? Bro, that's not even in my world. Like, I'm sorry, like, what the fuck is like us? Okay, I get it. Somebody who's a snitch means they probably, you know what I mean, they're not the most loyal person. I get that. But truth be told, I run into disloyal motherfuckers all the time. It doesn't mean that I need to completely blackball, hate the shit out of you because, again, that's some shit y'all handle in the streets. That's a street code. I don't really move by street codes at all. But I was listening to these grown men who are street dudes basically do that. So let me finish up the Chicago topic. Some of it was fruitful. Some of it was circular talk. Meaning we were talking about the same thing constantly. And I did, you know, I admitted some, you know, I said the war in Chirac probably was to be blamed for maybe, even if I was unknown at the time, you know, kind of adding fuel to certain situations. Now, what I flat out reject, I never ever put a gun in a motherfucker's hand. And I never ever told a nigga to shoot and kill nobody. And also, here's the thing what people also neglect. I've yet to see, like, you know, there's a couple channels now, they break down all these beefs. I've yet to see one motherfucker say, yo, he shot him because he wanted to you want to be on Akademiks video. No, it was like he shot him because he shot one of his family. It was revenge killings, you know? It's clear, flat out revenge killings. And while I'm not going to say I'm not, the media plays a part in everything. I'm just a face, so I'll come out and be like, yeah, there is a part that the war in Chirac played. But where are we going to put that blame at? I'm not going to, like, these niggas want me to be like, yo, Ak, we want you to take 100% responsibility for the crime in Chicago. What are y'all talking about? I left that conversation, and with the exception of a few individuals, including 21 Savage, if I listen to Meek, if I listen to Tory Lanez, if I listen to all these other, like, basically, you know when Tory came in there, you know what? It's like Tory was saying, yo, Ak, yo, if it wasn't for you, I would have never shot Meg. That's what it came across like. I was like, what? Y'all blaming me? Meek, Meek was in there saying, yo, Ak, you mad irrelevant. You a small blog. Like, yo, come on. Like, we got to talk about the Meek Mill complex, but we're going to get to it. And the whole time I'm like, the way y'all are talking about me and crime and people getting locked up or whatever, It's like y'all act like I'm Thanos. Like if I snap my fingers and change content or don't do certain shit, crime goes away. If I go like this, no more crime. It's like I gathered all the Infinity Stones. It was 6,000 to 7,000 people in there looking at me saying, you have the power to end violence. And I wish I did. Because if I could just snap my fingers and violence stop, or if I could stop covering violence and violence stops, I would happily do it. But that's not the truth. So it goes to accountability. So while, by the way, it was supposed to be a welcome party. This wasn't an intervention, but everybody hopped in because these niggas is bored. They're playing Call of Duty all day. They got no shows. So I'm taking some accountability. You want to hear the fucked up and just interesting shit? It's a bunch of rappers who rap about ignorance. They repost ignorance. They perpetuate ignorance themselves. None of them actually take accountability for their actions. They're just saying, Ack, you help amplify it. Actually, they're not even saying I help amplify it. They're saying, Ack, you're the reason why this is happening. Now, if it's like, yo, Ack, you're helping amplify it, I'd be like, yeah, but bro, y'all are doing it. You know the funny thing that nobody ever brought up on that whole thing? Akademiks has never hired a cameraman. Meek at one point said, yo, Ack, you posted me and my young bulls with the guns. Meek act like I had TMZ with the paparazzi. Oh, we got him. Send it to Ack. Post it up. I've never hired a cameraman. Meek, at one point, you see, these are the things. Yo, the conversation with Meek, I hope I could play it. Every time I was trying to hold him to a point, he skipped over it. Meek was like, yo, we can't be fucking with a nigga who's talking about, he gonna call the feds. None of them will let me speak. By the way, I'm gonna just say this respectfully to everybody in that room. Y'all are all scared of Meek Mill. When Meek came in there, when Meek came in that room, everybody said, Ack, shut up and let Meek speak. It was crazy. They looked at Meek like he was a god. I kid you not. Bro, even the fact that, because he was lying on me and I'm responding to him, even the fact that I raised my voice a little bit, I could hear the shookness. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's talking to King Meek. I couldn't believe it. And all these niggas are gangsters. Meek is the god of them niggas. I kid you not. Respect to 21. 21 interjected and said, Meek, but hold on now. But everybody else, Meek's making points that just... So we're having a dialogue. It starts off with, why was Meek mad at you? I can say it now. Meek's team at that time, which I didn't know was true, I guess maybe it is true, but it's one of those things that the industry knew was true that nobody else knew. I barely even talked to these niggas at that point.